Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and oh my God, everything is over. Everything is canceled. Anything fun is dead for the time being, at least. It's creepy. It is legitimately creepy out there. I'm not gonna lie. I was today, for example, I just was watching the news feeds coming in repeatedly. More and more and more things are being canceled. More and more and more things are being postponed or delayed under fears of this here coronavirus. It's wild. And I'm not lying. I mean, like, I wish this wasn't like a crazy, I wish it's like, one of those over the top moments, one of those moments in a movie, where there's like the people out there going like, the end is nigh, the end is nigh, the end is here, it's happening, we're dead. And then everyone's like, shut up, old man, go back to mining gold in that uranium mine, you dumb son of a bitch. And like, no one believes him. Right? But now we're in a world where that dude has got full power. And it's causing a lot of things to happen. It's insane. It's really insane. Like, take a look just at some of these headlines from today. All right. These are some of the ones that I found, all in the last couple hours. We've got Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World to temporarily close due to coronavirus. Now, this one makes the most sense. I mean, most of these make the most amount of sense. But Disney specifically, because I was getting DMs from people and they're asking me about this. They're going like, wait a minute here. Oh my God. Like, why do you think Disney did this? I'm like, obviously it's PR. Governor Gavin Newsom was all like, Disneyland is exempt from our 250 person maximum rule. Right? For some reason, 14,000 people in a park. Totally cool. Anything more than 250 people together in a space. No. But Disney decided to close down because they wanted the good PR. They wanted to be seen as getting out in front of this, and I completely congratulate them for it. Plus, they're opening the new Avengers campus over the summer, and that's one of those things where, they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with that at all. So right now, we got that one. We got Universal Studios closing down temporarily because of Corona. Universal Studios. That was like the next one to fall, right? What I'm waiting for now is Six Flags and Knott's Berry Farms. And I haven't heard anything about those yet. Maybe they think roller coasters will outrun the coronavirus. Sorry, that can live on a doorknob for up to 9 days. Yes is gone. Even Seth Meyer here. And other late night shows like Jimmy Fallon. I mean, arguably with Jimmy Fallon, nothing of value was lost. Lily Singh, absolutely nothing of value was lost. But Seth Meyer's at least pretty funny. They're not. The first they were like, well, we're not going to do anything with like audiences. We're just going to not have audiences, right? And then it's like, that's a bad idea because they need people to laugh off of. That's how comedians get there. That's how they get powered, like Superman in the red sun of Earth or the solar system. You know what I mean? Like, he needs that. Comedians need people to laugh at, or to laugh with, or to joke with, or to kind of feed off their energy. So this is another thing. LA screenings are now being canceled, right? And this is up here. Grey's Anatomy shuts down. Are you kidding me? Wine moms everywhere are on suicide watch, folks. Wine moms everywhere are on suicide watch now that Grey's Anatomy has shut down. My God, call your mother. Call your mother right now to ask her, is she okay? Does she need to lie down that Grey's Anatomy's production has shut down? Although, to be fair, I know about 4 people that if word of The Witcher Season 2 comes out, if that production goes down, people are going to freak out. They're going to freak out. They're going to run. They're going to be over. Although this one, I will fully admit, made me really mad. Mulan and New Mutants removed from Disney's release calendar. You sons of bitches. You son of a bitch coronavirus. You stupid bastard. You had to do it. You had to find a way. Life had to find a way to delay New Mutants a second, like a third or fourth time. Right? We don't get nice things, by the way. We don't get nice things. What we get are movies getting movies we've been waiting for 2 years. Finally coming out in its original vision, and it's like delayed. You know that was an easy thing for Disney too. And not even that, man. Not even that. You've got this. This popped up today too. Fast and Furious 9 pushed back a whole year. Like No Time to Die jumped back over to November. And Fast and Furious is all like, no, man, we're good. We're gonna hold off till April because they also know ever since Fast 5, April and May have been their sweet spot. Predominantly April has been a good month for them. So they don't want to mess with that. So instead of, just maybe waiting to see what happens, maybe waiting until a little bit before the film comes out, right? Nah. And then now we're, come on, let's be real. Let's be 100% real here. We're going to see the removal of Black Widow, right? I mean, the summer movie season is borked, dude. It's absolutely borked. Everything is canceled for at least until the beginning of next month, right? And the reason why they want to wait 2 weeks is because they want, if anything is in the park that's alive, because this stuff can live for 9 days. They want to make sure that, they want to make sure that it's dead. But, people coming back into the park might be infected, right? It's 2-week incubation period, I mean, it's going to be like The Thing. Walking into Disneyland is going to be like The Thing. Oh, you got to come up here, present your blood for inspection. We're going to touch a hot rod to it. And if it bursts into flames, you are clearly an alien and shall promptly be incinerated. And this is true. This is happening even in China. Food delivery places are doing this now, where they are taking the temperature of the person who cooks the food and the temperature of the person who is delivering the food. I do Uber Eats deliveries, and if they wanted me to start taking my temperature, I would ask that it would be rectal. I'm totally kidding. But no, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, safety first, obviously. You don't mess with people's food 100%. It's how they survive, and it's also how they tip. So we're living in this weird, crazy world, right? We're just in this weird, crazy world right now where experts are saying that we are 11 days behind where Italy is. And Italy is fucked, right? Like all the movie theaters are shut down. All the stores that aren't like grocery stores are shut down. And people are self-isolated. And that's going to happen here in the States, which means for the most part, we're going to be seeing a lot of people staying home, staying self-isolated. People are working from home now, which means that the where the entertainment is going to be a lot of Netflix, a lot of Hulu, a lot of Disney Plus, and a lot of people on YouTube. I think a lot of people are going to be turning to YouTube. So this is one of those things where you're going to be seeing a lot more of your favorite people probably, and not necessarily by choice, because they're going to be isolated. They can't go outside. They can't do anything. This is a weird world we're living in. It's unprecedented across the board. And of course, I'll be here in my hidden bunker in the forest, in the mountains of Washington, which is actually where I live, away from the coronavirus until it creeps up and bites me in the ass like everybody else, talking about movies, whatever we can. So there's make content, get money. Well, here's the thing with that, Curtis. That may actually be the problem, because if there are no movies, then there's no advertising. And if there's no advertising, then content creators don't get paid. And if they don't get paid, then they don't really feel, then they're not going to keep working. Because what's the point? I mean, to a lot of them, it's like that. I'd like to talk, so I'll probably still be doing it. And the way YouTube works right now with its whole system is really messed up anyway. So it's one of those things where like even this stream is 100% demonetized, by the way. I'm talking about the coronavirus. Trust me. It's demonetized. It's dead. Which is why if you do want to support the channel, you can always become a channel member. Or, you can check out patreon.com/MattJar. But that's right. This is a shill moment for a second. That's going to be really good. Help me get up there to keep me talking and keep me healthy, to keep you entertained during these dark times. You see, it's a symbiotic relationship that we all have with one another. But anyway, I just wanted to do that real quick and be a dick. But no, really, it's one of those things. Anyway, okay, so here. Also, Comic-Con. I'm waiting for Comic-Con to get the announcement. WonderCon was delayed. WonderCon was shut down. CinemaCon yesterday. Comic-Con, they say still going as planned. That's 150,000 people. That's 150,000 people for 5 days in downtown San Diego. It ain't that big. I used to live there, I know. Yeah, I mean, you're crammed in there. You're like sardines. Every year I kind of worry there's going to be some kind of bioweapon that goes off or some shit. Well, who knows? This could be one of those situations. It's not something to joke about, by the way. It's not funny. There's bad things that are going to happen, but I mean, it's crazy to think about. Let's see here. So, please don't delay Godzilla v Kong. That's not till November. We should be fine by November. Inhuman. Look, here's the thing, man. People are going to talk about this right now. This is a reaction. Okay. So, it's a reaction. I wouldn't be too worried about it. In all things, and I'm being honest, I'm being fair. I wouldn't be, you're a young enough guy, I'm assuming you should be okay. The thing is not so much you. A lot of it actually has to do with the elderly are going to be the primary target and the primary victim of this particular thing. And that's going to be the problem. So when they say self-isolation, it may not be because you are sick, because they want to keep other people from getting sick, because that's how you slow this thing down, taking precautions. I wash my hands a lot. I use, everything. Like I have surgical gloves in my back pocket in case I just want to mess with people. I put them on. I start coughing. I'm kidding. I haven't done that yet. Let's see here. The only thing getting set off in Comic-Con is a sterilization bomb. Thousands of square meters of decontamination foam. Yeah, maybe. It'd make it smell better. I'll tell you that. John Campy will be the only one going to watch Disney films. That's not true. There won't be any in theaters. They're all going to get pulled. Campy will try, I think, maybe. Yeah, we talked about that, Matt. That Disney World's closed 100%. The only way to get it is if you get coughed or sneezed on. Matthew, that is not true. That is not true. It can live on a doorknob for up to 9 days. So, you know what? If you touch something that's been coughed or sneezed on, it could contain it. I mean, there's that. It has a 2-week incubation period. So, this is one of those things that is like really unseen. And you figure with all the movies we would have watched, we would have seen, we would have been prepared for this, right? Let's see here. Okay. 1,000 people have it in this country of 400 million right now. And those are the ones we know of. But we haven't tested that many people because the tests aren't readily available yet. So we don't know. That's the other side of this too. Let's see here. It will not hurt a healthy adult. That is, again, not necessarily true. It targets the underlying health problems. You know what I mean? I'm not disagreeing with you. I think precaution is necessary. And if you're like, it won't hurt you if you're a healthy adult. We don't necessarily know that. Okay, less than 4% are dying from this, right? Okay, fine. You want to argue. See, again, that's the weirdest thing to say, right? Oh, less than 4%. 0.1%. 0.1% of people who get the flu every year die, right? 4% of 1,000 people have died. I live next to a city where 22 people have died. So think about that for a second, right? Let's extrapolate those numbers. If this thing hits, in Italy, there's been a lot of deaths. In China, there's over 4,000 deaths, right? That we know of. There's been rumors for like 2 months that there have been mass graves that the Chinese are putting the bodies in and burning them. There's been rumors about that. This is the whole point is it's not that you need to end everything about your life. It kind of feels like that today, doesn't it? It kind of feels like everything is shutting down. The norm as we know it is ending. And that's fine. There's going to be the precautions. But really, it's like, just be wary of your surroundings. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face, your eyes, that kind of stuff. But to minimize what this is, I think that is completely disingenuous. Don't minimize it. Be prepared for it. You know what's funny about this? You say this, but what about AIDS? I got into this last night with a friend of mine, and he was trying to compare coronavirus to HIV and like how it's transmitted. And I was like trying to explain to him like how HIV, like if it comes in contact with the air, it dies. which is not the same as this whole thing. So that's not a proper comparison. And it's wild, man. Yeah, Jordan here says we should be cautious no matter how old or healthy we are, 100%. Let's see here. You just hope that the Black Widow or Eternal will, that they won't be canceled. Black Widow, most likely. Eternals, I think will be fine. I think we'll be fine. Do I think they cancel Star Wars Celebration? If Comic-Con goes, if VidCon and Comic-Con go, then yeah, maybe. If they shut Disneyland down again, then maybe, yeah. And yeah, people have already bought like a lot of stuff. I haven't even like, I have to contact them actually. 4% of millions is still a lot, but it's the very small minority compared to other deaths, dude. That is not that small. That is not, don't minimize it. That's all I'm saying. Don't minimize it. Tom Hanks has coronavirus. He's fine. No, he's isolated. We don't know what's going to happen. Tom Hanks is in his early to mid 60s right now. So he's in the early stages of what is considered the danger zone, right? That's the thing. You gotta look at it like that. It's like, he's fine. Oh yeah, he's fine. He's fine. You don't know that. You don't know that. You just know he's in isolation. Like, you guys are, I get it. You guys don't want to think about it, but it's like, be prepared. You're not keeping things in proportion though, Ben. You're just not keeping things in proportion. You're trying to minimize, like you're trying to compare, it's like, oh, 4% is not bad. A 4% mortality rate over what is like almost seen as like an aggressive flu is bad. In a country where a lot of people don't have healthcare or proper health coverage, the tests aren't readily available, so people are perhaps infected. They don't know that they're infected. They haven't been showing the signs or the symptoms yet because it's not going to happen in every case, but they're able to be a carrier and they spread. All I'm saying is just be precautious. Take those precautions, you know. But the toilet paper meme is kind of funny, though. I'll say that. Do I think San Diego Comic-Con will be canceled? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see here. 1/3 of the U.S. is diabetic. If your A1C is over 7.5, your immune system is compromised. Yeah, you see, my A1C was at 7.4. Now my A1C is down to 6.7. And don't mind my child. She's getting ready to go to bed and she freaks out. There. Yeah, that's what I have to deal with every night. She's 2 years old. She hates going to bed. But yeah, I mean, if you're diabetic, and there's a lot of diabetics out there, and that can get you something to consider. You can feel this being blown out of proportion, man, but like you should still be paying attention. Jack here says we have 2 weeks of school off starting Monday. Well, is it spring break? Like, is this like, because we're coming into spring break territory, so I don't know. But I mean, do you get like extra spring break? Cause that would be cool. You hope they follow my logic and cancels the election. Yeah. My daughter is good long, dude. She gets like, she gets, I can hear her on the other side of the house if she wakes up in the middle of the night. So I don't even need a baby monitor. She just like lets it rip, and she's got these insane lungs. It cuts through everything. Like I've been playing a lot of State of Decay 2, and she just reminds me of a screamer, you know, and she's just going to attract a lot of zombies. Let's see here. What the ever loving fuck, dude. Tom Hanks arrested over the next 4 weeks. When you hear of a politician, actor, royals, pope getting CV, it means they have been arrested. WWG1 WGA. Take that QAnon shit back to Isaac Cappy's shallow grave. Fuck off. Notice people won't accept any good news about the virus. Well, there is no good news about the virus. There is no good news. Good news means you've been placated. Bad news, without going into the, to the overall fear-mongering aspect of it, which is not what I wanted. I want people to be informed and to not minimize, but like still live your life 100%. That's why I'm like a little bit concerned about theaters shutting down, because like, most of those places only have like 65 seats, 65 to 100 seats on average. But I mean, then again, because this stuff can live for so long, it becomes a problem. But again, Lewis, we can't, we can't do that. Let's see here. Okay, for some schools, spring break is this week. Others was last week. Your prediction is that going to last longer than 2 weeks, probably. Let's see. Max here says, I'm supposed to go to Disney World March 27th through 30th and the April 8th through 14th. Guess not anymore. Well, the April 8th through 14th, yeah, but the other one, yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. I'm really sorry to hear that. I am. I really am. Is the PS5 actually delayed? Is it being delayed, or is it just rumored to be delayed? Like, I kind of figured it was going to be delayed. Let's see here. Apparently, the what is it? Pokemon Go won't make you leave your home because of that. Because of the coronavirus. That's good. Kotaku has an article here about washing your hands. That's fine. They're like, get the Cheeto dust from underneath your fingernails. I haven't heard anything about PS5 being delayed. I would not be surprised. If the PS5 gets delayed, I'm 100% okay with that. Like, I am. I just, I can hold off. I'm cool with that shit. So, but I get it. Let's see here. It's congregations of 215 over banned in Cali. Yeah, that's true. Inhuman Quake. Yeah, CinemaCon was canceled last night. CinemaCon was canceled last night. So, let's see here. When will they stop the cash? I don't know, man. But doesn't it feel like The Division? Doesn't this feel like an insane marketing ploy for the Division movie coming to Netflix starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain? It just feels like that. It's all like, in New York on Black Friday, a child in the background cries because she doesn't want to go to sleep without her kitty. But the cash is contaminated. It's kind of what it feels like. Let's see here. Do I think the American election will be delayed? No. The Congress cannot delay the perfect results from the 2020 census. They must determine the number of chairs. Yeah, it's true. I actually applied to as a part-time job to join up with the census. I'm still waiting to hear back. If they're like, do you want to brave the Washington woods and go door to door to meet your fellow man to talk about the census? I'd be like, is there a paycheck? I'll put on some goddamn gloves and a mask and some goddamn Purell. Is there a paycheck involved? Then let's do this shit. Seriously. By the way, patreon.com/Major. No, but I did actually apply to do work with the census. So schools are still open in the UK. That's good. At least for now, that's good. Let's see. Will Wonder Woman be delayed to October? I would argue if Wonder Woman gets delayed, it will be December. It will probably be December. But I mean, so many movies are being delayed now. It's going to fucking fill the roster, man. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Fast and Furious pushed till next April, because everything else is pretty much full up. They should start putting movies that's delayed on streaming. Nah, because they would rather hold off for the money. They're not going to get money. They're not going to get money by putting it on streaming. Think about like Black Widow, for example. Black Widow is going to pull in over $1 billion. Looks pretty good too. Way better than Captain Marvel. My God. It looks like it has a competent story. Jesus. But anyway, they want the money. And so and it's eventually going to go to Disney Plus anyway, but they're going to hold off on that. It makes the most amount of sense. So let's see. You hope your taxes get Corona. I read something about that, but I can't confirm it because I can't remember the source. Where like it's going to impact the IRS. Like something's going to happen with that. I don't know yet though. Let's see here. Schools in Dallas close the extended spring break. Yeah, I get that. Thoughts on John Campea being a Disney show? Well, he's always been a Disney show. I mean, he did walk out of the Rise of Skywalker and say he didn't like it, but then he did defend The Last Jedi for a while, and then and then he said no, it was bad, or it wasn't as good as it could have been. I just don't think John Campea likes Star Wars outside of the OT. Okay, let's see here. Your kid and you are going to LibertyCon in June. He's going to be in the ACUs with a shotgun bandolier full of mini balls of beer. Oh, there you go. Let's see here. Will Disney delay their movies? Mr. G, they did. They delayed a couple. Mulan, New Mutants, once again, the bastards, and then Antlers, but that wasn't a Disney film. Let's see here. You just hope the Batman is not canceled. No, they're filming the Batman right now. So if it gets really bad, then they might stop production. But it's going to impact. When I mentioned, I did that video this morning. Talking about how Hollywood is more screwed than we think. This is before all the cancellations. I had no idea, but that's the whole point. Is that they're going to run through all this stuff, and it's going to push everything back, and it's going to delay a lot more. So let's see here. You do want to go to your local Comic-Con in December. So many canceled already. Yeah, I mean, if by December you should be okay if it's contained. But again, it's going to be the new normal. This and let's figure it out. They just announced that the Prime Minister of Canada. Oh, the Justin Trudeau. I know his wife. Ended up. Let's see here. Oh, his wife tested positive. But it says that he's in 14-day isolation. So, but this was an hour ago. I mean, something could have changed. So I don't know. I mean, Trump's been he's been in contact with like 2-3 people that have had it. So there's that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Looking at here, Disney parks might actually qualify for that $1.5 trillion of federal money to help alleviate the cost of losing business. What sucks is I'm registered as a business, and I don't qualify for any of that shit because I'm an independent contractor. God bless our country. Let's see here. Let's see. Will the Olympics and Paralympics both be moved? Maybe. So let's see. Campia did say that Kennedy should be fired, but he definitely has connections in the biz. Yeah, he does. Yeah. But the thing is, he only made that claim about Kennedy after Jeremy Jahns came out and did a video about Kennedy. Like, he used Jeremy Jahns as a shield in order, because Jahns has a bigger audience than Campia does and a bigger reach than Campia does. And so Campia came out when it was safe to say it, right? He won't make those claims when it's not safe to say it. He's smart like that. But that's what it is. Let's see. Celebrities seem to be more at risk just for the jet-setting lifestyle. Yeah, actually, Warner Brothers, because of Wonder Woman, they are traveling Gal Gadot around in private jets in order to keep her from getting corona. Yeah, I know how Trump... Well, we don't know if he has taken the test or not. The truth of the matter is, if they're not going to tell us. And the reason why is they don't want it to seem like he's weak. So if he takes the test and it's negative, then they don't want to make it appear that he freaked out and took the test, even though it's a responsible thing to do. But if he takes the test and it's positive, they definitely don't want anyone to know about it, because that makes him look weak in the wake of this election. And he doesn't want to look weak to his base. So he's not going to tell you. He's just not going to tell you. Anyway, do I think they would delay Venom 2? Maybe. It all depends on where the filming is right now and what's going on with all that stuff. When do I think New Mutants will be out? I don't know. It's possible they might just drop to Hulu. They might. I mean, if all the ones that are being pushed back, that's the one. But there's also money at stake because people want to see it. Let's see here. Okay, Dreamwalker says, I'm also an independent contractor, but I do work from home, so it's fine. You're in Seattle like me. I'm in Olympia, so it's a little south of Seattle. When is Mulan going to come out? Don't know. Let's see here. All right. Daily Show's going to have fun with this one? Probably. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that one. So, I don't know if it's popped up yet. It's possible it did. I wanted to kind of just let you guys jump in on the convo for a bit. I want to let you guys jump on in. So I'm just going to post the StreamYard link. You guys can come in. We'll just do one at a time. And we can have conversations about whatever. But we already it's been a half hour. Already went over everything that's canceling, so it's kind of at this point done conversation. Okay. But remember, though, if you guys do want to help support the channel, the best way to do that is to either join. Oh, there we go. Hit the right button there. So remember, there's patreon.com/Mad Jarbo. That's right. Okay, so is it the end of the world? No, not the end of the world. We're fine. Okay. Oh, we got Batman Superman. What's going on, dude? How you been?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about John Campea because the problem is that he plays dumb when it suits him and he's clever when it suits him, and nobody seems to be picking up on it. Because I would never pay to have a question answered by John because I know what a shill he is.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, look, the truth of the matter is, you have to give him a little bit of credit for how well he has trained that audience.
But that's only because he has charisma.
Does he?
That's
I don't look at him.
so
I don't look at him as. I mean, well, I don't know if I'm anyone to talk about that personally, but I don't view him as having a lot of charisma.
Yeah, but it just seems like no one seems to criticize him ever about being a shill. His question.
I mean, yeah, well, because the thing is, like, he's, no one. But the thing is, his audience is so full of normies, right? Like, no one really thinks about that. And I guarantee you, he's got somebody that goes through those questions beforehand and removes the bad ones.
Oh, right. I see what you mean.
Because he's got people that work for him. So, and the thing is, the stream, his whatever, I think it's like his tip stream, whatever the hell it is that he uses. It's on 24 hours a day. Patreon. No, he uses there's Patreon, but then he uses like some kind of other tipping service that people can like tip into, and then like it asks the question that way, and he brings up the page on screen and stuff. There's got to be a way to go through and like delete ones that are bad, and he's got to have somebody on his team looking at that information as they're coming in. Because you're telling me that at all, I mean, like that after that smelly Negro thing. They've got to moderate that stuff, and I guarantee you he's got like a lot of filters on, and those super chats will get caught in the filter too. So that's how I see it. His
YouTube chat, it's so censored. Like, you can't even type the word shill, your comment doesn't show up, so he must know that everyone's going to call him it.
I'm pretty sure he keeps it pretty moderated. And to be fair, I do the same thing, because you kind of have to sometimes,
Yeah, because some people are too aggressive.
Yeah, you get a lot of bad people. So it's unfortunate sometimes how that stuff kind of plays out. But look, I don't think Campy is a bad guy. I do think he plays a very specific game, and it's one that really not a lot of other people are going to be able to play alongside him. He has that built-in audience from Collider, and he's consistent. And the thing is, consistency is the key.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So, I got one more question.
Yeah.
About Bob Iger. I didn't really like Bob Iger's reign because a lot of the stuff that was released under Bob Iger was just copy and paste, and no one seems to be criticizing it. Like, I mean, Blade Runner 2049 was a masterpiece and it flopped. But then you get, crappy copy and paste stuff like Star Wars, and it gets to 2 billion. So maybe Bob Iger leaving is a good thing, and we might get some fresher stuff from Disney.
Oh, I doubt it. Bob Chapek is like the IP queen, like the dude loves to like, cram IPs down everyone's throat. Like he did that at the parks quite a bit. That was one of the bigger complaints against him. Not to say that the guy is terrible, but like, he definitely, a lot of Disney files aren't happy with him being the person to replace Iger. And since Disney stock is dropping today pretty bad, they're not gonna mess with anything for a while. That's why all the parks are shutting down. Think about it. One person gets corona from Disneyland, and it's over. It's over for them. We're losing you first. We're losing you. Hold on a second, buddy. We're losing you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you were breaking up before.
What's the reason doesn't do artful films like Mad Max Fury Road? Everything they do is copy and paste. But you're saying Bob Chapek's the same.
Pretty much. And they do. I mean, it's not everything's copy pasted. Sometimes it's, I think they do try to, I mean, look at the technology that went into Lion King, right? The movie itself may be a cut and paste, but there are elements of it, like the stagecraft technology that they built for Lion King is what they use for the Mandalorian.
Right.
And it's excellent technology, and being implemented in something like the Mandalorian, which is not cut and paste, really allowed it to get these different types of storytelling that was done.
We don't have that over here yet.
Well, no, but I mean, it's where it's at right now. But eventually, more things are going to do it. I mean, just imagine how many movies are going to be shot, doing stagecraft like that when all they have to do is just use a video game engine, like Unreal 4 engine to previs the background, and then use that as natural lighting. They don't even have lights. They don't even have to they don't even have to bring in the gaffers.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's insane, and it looks good.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So, I mean, I'm just waiting for that technology to really to create these virtual sets, because that's where things are going. And so these big budget movies should then probably end up having a lot smaller budgets, because they don't have to go.
Will you agree with me that Disney just doesn't make films like Blade Runner 2049 or The Irishman?
No, they don't. I mean, they used to. It feels like they used to when they owned Miramax. They would allow for those kind of movies to be made.
Oh yeah, because they made There Will Be Blood. That was Miramax.
Yeah, and they, well, that might have been past the time when they sold off. Because I know, it's just the whole thing. Where you've got, they used to, and they sometimes do. They do put out a lot of different movies, but nothing that's I would call true artistry. You would get that from like maybe Pixar movies.
Oh yeah,
where you
They're
get
good
a lot
in
of
animation.
that. Yeah, and that's all with John Lasseter. But now that he's out, I have noticed a bit of a dip.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Like no one can tackle animation like Lasseter can, and whoever the two people are now who are running it aren't necessarily doing great, in my opinion.
Yeah. Before I go, I just wanted your thoughts on. There's two more big films coming out, Tenet and Top Gun Maverick. Do you think they're going to be delayed?
Tenet is July, I believe.
Yeah,
and
it is.
That one maybe not. Top Gun is June, and that's a maybe. It's a maybe.
Oh, okay.
But I think they're going to hold on as long as they can. Paramount, for one, needs the money, so there's that.
Yeah, they do. I'll let someone else ring in then.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on in. I appreciate it. We'll talk again soon.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. All right. Thank you very much, Batman, for coming in. He's come in before, so I'm going to drop the link one more time. You guys can cruise on in, and we can get a chain going of people if anyone wants. But yeah, otherwise, I'm just looking to see if anything new's going on. Let's see. Just Fast 9 is the one I'm most pissed off about, because I just really enjoyed that. Otherwise, okay, Grace and Frankie suspended production amidst the panic. Let's see, WonderCon. There's really not much. I noticed the articles are popping up about The Hunt ending explained. It's like, well, the movie, people can just now go see it. So thanks a lot, Cinema Blend, you bastards. Okay. Hey, Fry Guy Zero, how you doing, man? Let's see. You just read yesterday that the Peter Pan live action from cartoon movie had begun casting. I read that too. And then there's another movie called Wendy that Disney distributed that's like just dying in theaters right now. I don't know. Let's see here. You guarantee that no one has caught it on property? Probably not. Yeah, I get you on that one. The Hunt is so jinxed. That's so true, man. That's so true. The Hunt is so jinxed. 100%. Just crazy stuff. That's nuts. All right, so we've got Anthony. Hold on, so real quick. Star Wars Rogue Podcast says Disney parks everywhere before it was just Shanghai and Hong Kong, and their stock dropped 5%. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt him bad. It's hurt him bad. Didn't Vin say he was gonna do Fast 9 out anyway? Yeah, he did. I talked about that the other day. I was like, man, yeah, Vin Diesel versus Corona. Who's gonna win? My money's on Diesel because it's Diesel and he's awesome. Riddick, baby, Riddick. Hey, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, Matt.
Oh, great, man. What's
awesome,
on your
Matt.
mind tonight?
Well, I was thinking about. I was so upset that Mulan and New Mutants got delayed.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, Mulan, I'm kind of give or take on, to be honest with you. But New Mutants, God damn it, I've been waiting for 2 years.
Me too. I've been waiting for that ever since the trailer dropped. Actually, it's 3 years.
No, it's only 2. It dropped in it was supposed to come out April 2018.
Talking about the trailer for. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, okay.
The trailer, 3 years. I've been doing it for 3 years, and I'm doing great. I'm watching my cousin Jessica Chabot right now.
Oh, she's your cousin?
I don't know. She has the same last name as me.
You know what's funny is my last name is Jarbo, and it's an uncommon name. And I got contacted once by this dude out of Africa.
Really?
Yeah, his father was running for president of a country in Africa. I forget which one it was, and his last name was Jarbo. We look nothing alike, but it's the same spelling and everything. And I was laughing my ass off.
I know. Maybe one day I can meet her when I'm famous.
Well, I mean, she's on her own. She's out on her own now, trying to be a YouTuber like the rest of us. So maybe she'll do a call-in show and get you on there.
We'll see. I'm trying to do a Trauma 4-part biopic.
You're trying to do a Trauma biopic?
Yep.
Nice. What about Trauma really has your attention?
Well, I've been trying to work on a script for 7 years now.
That's wow. What are you gonna are you trying to cover it from Lloyd Kaufman, his perspective, or just the general creation?
Growing up. It's about me growing up, getting everything back. It's a redemption story. Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean a Trauma
movie, but it's my biopic. It's my life.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. Okay, so we're talking Trauma Pictures, Toxic Avengers. Okay, and you want to do a biopic about your life in the vein of a Trauma film?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I'm gonna play me.
Nice. And what exactly about your life? And I don't even know if I should be asking this live on air, but I'm kind of curious. What about your life would make it a Trauma film?
Well, I'm not gonna get into specifics right now. I'm not.
Okay.
I want to be super secretive, and I want Nancy O'Dell to play my mom.
Well, I mean, if you can get the money, you can get actors to basically do anything.
Yeah, but for part 2, we're getting a female director.
Good. That's good. Representation matters.
Yep.
So, I mean, you've been working on this story for 7 years?
Yes.
How far are you in the script writing process?
Well, I gave Lloyd the script for 2 or 3 years now. No new development as of yet. Lloyd's kind of busy right now.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I mean, so you've reached out to Lloyd about it to have him produce it?
Yeah. Have him do part 1, have part 2 do the female director. I'm not going to say who's the female director just yet.
Sure, I get that. Yeah, you gotta be careful with those secrets nowadays. Everyone leaks everything, right? So you gotta
and the Trauma people love it.
Good. I mean, Trauma's got a diehard group of people, man.
And it's going to be far different. It's going to be character driven.
That's good. That's good. Are you going to have weird, crazy mutants or anything like that?
Well, it's going to be about the amazing story of Anthony Chabot, the rise of Anthony Chabot, the fall and rise and his redemption.
Okay. Can you give us a little tease about how you fall?
Well, he has his he's going through his mental health problems, and he found his redemption.
That's good. That's everyone loves a good redemption story. Everyone really loves, the underdog story, right? That's kind of the vein of our society. We love those sort of things.
Thank you, but we'll see what happens with that.
Well, yeah, you should definitely keep working at it, man, because there's a great quote that I love by this he's kind of a spiritual new age guru type guy. His name is Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he has a great quote where he says, people buy your music, not your words. And so as long as you're passionate about it, I think you'd have that's how you gotta live by that. You gotta grasp that passion and keep going forward.
I think the movie's gonna be awesome.
Good, man. Yeah. Well, I really hope you get it done. I really hope you can get Lloyd Kaufman involved to make it work. I think that's a good dream to have. It's one that you should keep going for.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. I love your channel, by the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I love doing it. Good days and bad days.
John Campion. One time I was typing some things about Jessica Chabot, and they kicked my ass out of the chat group.
Well, that is messed up. They shouldn't have done that.
I know, but trying to get the word out there. I love your show.
Well, thank you.
And I hope New Mutants comes. I hope New Mutants and Mulan get a new release date.
I'm sure they will. We'll see them eventually.
Right.
So we'll see them eventually. But hey, thanks very much for coming in, Anthony. We'll talk again soon. Okay, man.
Welcome by.
Have a good one, man. Thank you. All right. Thank you to Anthony. I really want to see what happens with getting Troma on there. Hey, James Gunn got his start with Troma Films. I think he was paid like $300 or something to write the Tromeo and Juliet movie, right? So he wrote Tromeo and Juliet for Lloyd Kaufman, and for super, super low budget, and ended up, like that kind of launched his career of all things. So, anything can happen in this day and age, right? Anything can happen if you know what you're doing. Not even if you know what you're doing. If you just know how to mess around with stuff. Like even here, like this is Romeo and Juliet right here. This is James Gunn's first movie that he wrote. And now he's doing the Suicide Squad for DC. So anything can happen, Anthony. I got faith in you, man. I got faith in you. So, all right. So, put the link back in again. You guys can come on in. We'll do maybe like one or two more calls and then wrap it up. Keep it at about an hour. That'd be kind of good. And then, we'll see if, whatever else is going on in the world today. So, oh my God. Okay. Let me find this here again. All right. Do I think Sonic sequel ever happened? Yeah. Wait, the Sonic, made a lot of money, so they'll do it. So it's all good. They'll definitely want to jump in on that one. Jonathan here says, I will unsub. Okay, cool. I don't know why specifically. I don't see another comment from you that would give me any indicator, but all right. Let's see here. Maybe they should change the name of the New Mutants. Yeah, 100%. The Old Mutants. Because at this point, man, they shot the movie 3 years ago in early 2017. And it should have already been out. Who will replace Daniel Craig for Bond? You know what? I don't know. It's going to be a couple year break. I think by the time they get around to it, Idris Elba will be too old. I don't even know if he wants to play Bond anymore. He did a movie called Bastille Day a couple years ago. That was like a French action film that was kind of like meant to be, I think, the start of a franchise. It didn't really do very well. But I've heard Tom Hiddleston has been rumored. I think they're going to go for someone maybe a little bit younger. So, trying to think of like who could be the new Bond, right? Like I'm not too sure. Even when Daniel Craig was announced in 2005, people were like, really? Blonde guy? Blonde Bond? Really? That's what we're doing now? Okay. And then it turned, Casino Royale was the shit. The movie was amazing. It was awesome. Loved it. So it's good stuff. Let's see. Do I think the new Star Wars film should have a male lead? I don't really care as long as the story is good. I'm being honest. I love Star Wars. So if it's a good character, that's what I want to see. But I have a feeling it will be a male lead. We've had out of the 5 Disney Star Wars movies, we had 4 female leads, 1 male. The scales are tipped in the other way. The scales are tipped. I wouldn't be surprised though if the coronavirus somehow finds a way to delay the release of the new Star Wars movie. Let's see here. Is the Lord of the Rings show still happening? Yes, there's actually a casting. They had some recent casting announcements for it. So, but there's still no release date. And I would argue that they're still working on it. So that they are filming it is what I think. So yeah, but who knows when it's going to be coming out? We know nothing about it. They've kept it so under wraps right now. Let's see. About the time it had a Twi'lek lead. Yeah, sure, man. Star Wars. I get you, man. I 100% agree with you on that one. Why not? You know what? Give us a Twi'lek. Let's see here. You could say that the coronavirus really Paul Walkered F9's release schedule. Oh, yeah. Well, because there was I talked about that the other day in the Vin Diesel video, and I said, like, there was that line in the first Fast and the Furious that said, like, you can have any brew you want as long as it's a Corona, you know? And that was pretty funny. Let's see. Halle Berry for the next Bond. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I get the feeling like Ghostbusters will be delayed, and that's one that I haven't thought about. That's a July. Maybe July will be okay. Maybe July will be okay. Max here says my school is canceled until April 6th. Damn, dude. That's insane. 2020 just died from coronavirus. Yeah, it was so young. It was so young. The aggressive strain got it. Let's see. Does coronavirus affect Picard's shooting schedule? Well, I don't know when they start production on season 2. I don't know if they're already in production on season 2 or whatever. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard much out of Picard outside of it sucks now, and that's I need to catch up with the episodes. Let's see. Idris Elba would be a sick Bond or Batman. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him as like a superhero. Yeah, he'd be great. I love Idris. Yeah, I love Idris Elba. Corona canceling the cancel culture. There we go, Coachella. You got it. There we go. That's how you make it work. That's how you make it work. Let's see. What do I think should happen in the Mallrats sequel? I just, you know what? Like, I want to see what T.S. Quint is up to now, right? Like, here it's been over 20 years. Like, what's he doing? Brody's still just hanging out at the mall. Is O'Bannon gonna? No, O'Bannon was Ben Affleck in Dazed and Confused. I got the bad guys mixed up. Give me some Michael Rooker. I want to see all that stuff. I love Mallrats, dude. I love Mallrats so much. It's such a fun movie. You could bring back Joey Lauren-Adams, right? Bring back all the View Askew people. Too bad Stan Lee can't make a cameo in that one. That's sad. Will Jurassic World 3 get production troubles? Yeah, they just started filming that like last week, right? They just started filming Dominion last week. So I have no idea what's going to happen with that. Let's see here. You rewatch Fast and the Furious and the line of Vin's dad dying in a crash is how Paul died. That's very true. There's a lot in that movie that kind of predetermined Paul Walker's death, unfortunately. Do I know if people are still working at the Boeing plant? I believe so, but that's quite a ways north of me. So I don't know. All right. So here we'll let that go. Okay, again, I'm popping the link here if you guys want to come on in. All right, so there it is. All right, New Flautist here says, I heard an analyst say it's going to take at least 6 months to blow over completely. Can we handle all of society shut down that long? I don't know, man. People are going to go stir crazy and shit. It's going to get wild. A lot of people are going to become NEETs, you know what I mean? N-E-E-T. They're just going to be living in some basements and shit. So there's going to be a lot of live streams. You guys are going to get access to. I'm going to be streaming a lot, which is definitely one of those reasons why. Patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. Got to keep it coming, man. Got to keep me going. It just helps out. Okay. Let's see here. Society cannot shut down that long because this fake capitalist environment will come crashing down to the ground. Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. Definitely. Let's see. Curtis here says, I honestly think that COVID-19 won't be as bad as the West as it was in China. Probably not, but people are still going to get sick, and it's still the elderly. Right. And the idea here ultimately is about people who have pre-existing health conditions. As you mentioned earlier, diabetes patients are going to be very susceptible to this due to the A1C levels. I mean, like my A1C is 6.7 and shit, right? Like I got to go take my metformin as soon as we're done with this. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you got to be very careful. So I think it will have its impact, but it's not going to be as like, I think we'll be better off in the end, but it's going to be a bit of a rough road to get there. Let's see. Elba was tragically miscast and underused in the MCU. Yep. Heimdall was great. I would have loved to have more of Heimdall. Whatever happened to the Dark Tower TV show? They shot a pilot for it, and then Amazon canceled it, which really pissed me off because I was really looking forward to that. But they shot a pilot. Apparently, Amazon didn't like the pilot, and so they canceled the show. The Dark Tower might just be one of those properties that is, you just can't adapt. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. Are Matrix 4 and John Wick affected by this? Probably, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. Let's see. And hold on. Okay. Best time to grow a YouTube channel. Yeah, if the algorithm will let you. If the algorithm will let you. All right. Why do I think Sony movies are getting pushed back so far? Like, I don't think pushing back Fast 9 a whole year was necessary. Okay, Gail. So let me explain this for you. Okay, so there's 52 weeks in a year, right? And basically what's going on with this here is that you've got the movies get their release dates get pre-picked by the studio. The studio, you'll see articles, right? Like, there's an untitled Marvel movie coming from Sony October like 21st, 2021 or some shit. And then they lock that release date in. So that's when the movie's got to be done. And so, if another movie, you'll see movies they'll move out of the way of other bigger movies because they don't want to get swallowed up in the box office and they don't want to lose money. They want to maximize their earnings. So in the case of Fast 9, they moved back a whole year. I don't think it's necessary either, but they moved back a whole year to a more of an uncrowded area, right? They wanted something that was not as crowded as what it was before. And so if they, were to move back, it's going to be competing with other movies. That's basically about it. If Jackson can adapt Lord of the Rings, then no one has any excuse. Well, that's true. That's true. Streaming services in general should get a small boost from Corona. They will. Yeah. Have I seen Watchmen yet? I haven't finished it. I've seen up to like the last 2 episodes. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes. With F9 delayed, how long till we get a Tyrese video? What more do you want from me? I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. This is, I don't know. I kind of feel like Tyrese is going to freak the hell out. Let's see here. Okay. No one is calling him. That's right. And that's okay, man. That's okay. Not everyone wants to. That's fine. Did I see Klaus on Netflix? I started watching it, and then my daughter, I had to go put her down for a nap. I got distracted, but the animation was really nice. I liked it. So if I don't know who Gail's avatar is and we can't be friends, I didn't really look at the avatar. Let me go back, take a look. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, I reckon. Isn't that Beetlejuice? Right? Okay. Yeah. I do think that Fast and Furious 9 or Fast and Furious 10 was going to come out in 2021. I know they wanted it to be the 20th anniversary, and they might still release it at the end of the year. You know what I mean? They haven't set a release date for Fast and Furious 10 yet. So that could be at the end of the year, and they do 2 Fast films in 1 year. That'd be wild. Okay. Do I think Sony will reboot Charlie's Angels just like that? No. I mean, Charlie's Angels had a low budget, right? It did. It had a lower budget for what they did, and it still tanked. Let's see here. Tyrese will super flip if Morbius gets pushed back. Yeah, no shit. Disney Plus should have had new content already. I agree. They should have had new content, and that's actually the biggest problem with them right now is they don't have the new content. So if they don't have the new content, then that ends up being like, people are going to get like stir crazy with what's there. My kids watch like, all Pixar movies like all the time. And I've been watching Clone Wars and some other stuff. But it's like, all right, I've been jumping back over to Netflix. Let's see. Do I think Watchmen season 2 will happen? At this point, no, I don't. I would like to see it happen, but I don't know. Right now, because of this whole situation with coronavirus, no, I don't think so. What are my predictions for MCU Phase 5? Fuck if I know, dude. It's like, I don't even know. There's so many videos out there that are like Marvel MCU Phase 5, like revealed, confirmed. And I'm like, that shit ain't confirmed. And I know the dude who's like the source of that information. And I'm like, that isn't confirmed. It's a rumor. And I like Mikey Sutton, but I'm just like, it's a rumor. It's a scoop. It's what he does. All right. Let's see. Can Netflix come in and save the Dark Tower TV series? I would hope so. I think given their propensity for Stephen King, it would just make the most amount of sense. It really would. All right. You expect the people to pay for their old stuff and that be enough? Yeah. Well, that is super damn true. Do I think that the Sony Spider-Man deal is annoying? No, it's not. I mean, look, I get it. Sony's not going to let go of Spider-Man. Even if it's the last franchise Sony makes any money off of, they're just still going to do it because they kind of have to. I give Sony a lot of crap, and I catch a lot of crap for giving Sony a lot of crap. But they run their studio so improperly, right? And even now, their studio, they're telling people to work from home. By the way, that was another article that popped up too, that Sony is doing. They're telling their people to work from home, and but their lot is still open, so they're still working. Nobody cares about MCU after Endgame. That is insanely not true. That's insanely not true. People still really care. You won't be getting HBO Max over there in the UK. That's lame, dude. That's really lame. Disney Plus needs to do way more behind the scenes docs making a Clone Wars. Yeah, I completely agree. That's good, easy content to make, man. That's good content to make. Will the closing of DC Comics of 5G? What will the closing of DC Comics, if 5G doesn't work, affect the DC film division? Just for you guys who don't know, that was a rumor that came in from Ethan Van Sciver, who is he worked for DC Comics as an artist, but he's also like a lying piece of shit. So fuck him. But he also did come up with he said that someone told him that if 5G, which is Generation 5, for the DC event fails, it's going to end up kind of closing down DC Comics, and that does seem to make a bit of sense. But it won't impact the movies at all. It won't impact the movies. What video games would I like to see on the big screen? Halo, definitely. I read the Alex Garland script from a long time ago, and I loved it. The Last of Us, 100%. It being a TV series actually is fine with me. But Crisis would be dope. I'd love to see Legend of Zelda, like A Link to the Past, or Breath of the Wild, or Ocarina of Time. But I mean, making Link talk would be very weird. A good Super Mario Brothers movie would be great. Now, what is it? Until Dawn was that game was actually pretty good. That could be a movie. I mean, it's kind of like a movie. What else is there? The Witcher. Fuck yeah, dude. But the TV show is great, but I'd still like to see a movie. There's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, I'm playing through State of Decay right now. That'd be great. So what do I think of Zack Snyder's Justice League news? Has there been new news? All I know is, like, I just want it to happen at this point. Like, I just want it to happen. That's where I'm at right now. Let's see here. Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake. This film already looks like crap. It hasn't even started filming yet. That could be delayed too. I totally forgot about Uncharted. There we go. Uncharted's a game I want to see made, but I want to see Uncharted 2 turned into a movie. Like, just take Uncharted 2 and write that as the script, and give us Uncharted 2 and then Uncharted 4. Uncharted 1 totally could do. Uncharted 3, that one wasn't the best. Did I ever see Halo Forward into Dawn? I never did. I think I owned it on Blu-ray, but I never got around to watching it. When do I think He-Man will be on Netflix? Probably next year, like later this year or next year. I know they're definitely balls deep in production right now. Let's see here. Do I think next year will be better than this year? I don't know, dude. It's possible we're all going to be dead in a year, and the monkeys will take over. But I do hope so. I really hope so. Let's see here. What did I think of the director's cut of Dr. Sleep? I haven't seen it yet. It's been so difficult. Like I've been so busy that I just have not had the time to watch movies, which is a problem because I talk about them all the time. You know, like I talk about movies all the time. Like the only movie I've seen in theaters this year has been Sonic. Right. And like I was going to go see tonight. I was actually planning on going to see The Hunt and Bloodshot. I was going to do a double feature tonight, but then my plans all got jumbled up and mixed up and messed up and I couldn't do it. So that sucks. What are my thoughts on the Chernobyl series? I haven't seen all of it, but from what I've seen is fucking insane. It's good. That's why I'm looking forward to The Last of Us. Okay, so Forward Unto Dawn's on YouTube. Well, I didn't know that. I actually haven't watched the Soul trailer yet. I need to, but I haven't watched it yet. Let's see here. Saw Sonic 3 times in a row. It's a good movie. It's a lot better than it has any right to be. It was actually a lot of fun. Really liked it. Let's see here. Any news about the Noah Centino He-Man? Last I heard, Sony pulled it from their release schedule, which was March 2021, which only then further backs up the rumors that it's going to be moving over to Netflix, which is, I think, one of the things when I first heard about it, I talked about it. I said, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see here. The main games you want to see, Mass Effect, Fallout, BioShock. Yeah. Is it bad that I was out making food deliveries today while wearing a Fallout hoodie? I just think people who know what it is would get the joke, but people who don't know what it is wouldn't, and that's okay. Let's see here. You'd kill for a new, grittier DCEU established on the Joker universe. That'd be interesting. That'd be very fascinating if they did that. And I think it would resonate well with people. I really do. I think it would resonate well because people would look at it and they would go like, yeah, this is some dark shit. Right. And if it could rival Marvel in regards to like box office while having a lower budget, Marvel would have no choice but to like respond in some fashion. We would just get a litany of Deadpool films. What are my thoughts on the new Spider-Man 3 suit? I didn't see the new Spider-Man 3 suit. I did read that Tom Holland said they start filming pretty soon, that the story's insane. And I'm really looking forward to that one. I loved Homecoming and Far From Home. Do I think Hollywood will be able to recover from COVID-19? Yeah, I do. And the reason why I say that is because people always will justify entertainment. They'll always justify entertainment, right? Like if you guys, here's the thing, we've been on for an hour and 8 minutes almost here. There's 62 of you guys watching. If this is entertainment you guys like, do me a favor, hit that like button, right? Justify your time clicking that like if you've had a good time. People will always justify the likes. They'll justify paying for entertainment that they like. And that's one of the things, I want to do more streams. I want to make it more entertaining. I want to have you guys call in and talk about stuff and geek out. That's a lot of what I want to do. And finding a way to survive in the world, because we're going to be in a bit of a post-Hollywood world for a bit, but it will bounce back. I'll give you an example. King Kong was made during the Depression, right? The Great Depression. And it was made specifically for people during the Depression. It was a big budget monster movie made entirely to get people to the theater, because people will always want to take their mind off of what's going on, right? It's like right now, the joke is like Pornhub is offering up free Pornhub Premium to people who live in Italy, which means if you want free Pornhub Premium, get a VPN. That's right. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Get your wank on in Italy. That's what it is. People will always pay for entertainment. They'll always justify it. And so if it's something like that that's good, it gets you out of the house. Now the problem though is people are home at this point, right? They're going to be staying home, self-isolating. So when this whole thing is done, they're going to want to go out. And they're going to want to go and doing what we could call like the American date night. And the American date night is often, dinner, surf and turf, and a movie. And people will do that. And we'll probably see a very large bounce back of weekend, of evening showings and movies doing very well because of date nights. I think that's going to be a thing. Let's see here. When things get back to normal, the box office will skyrocket. I do agree. Okay. Let's see. Comedy was massive during the Great Depression too. I really want some comedy movie. Yeah, man. Yeah. I want comedy movies to improve too. right? Like I was thinking about this, the other day. I'm thinking back to comedies from like 20 years ago, like the summer of 2000. You had Road Trip came out, right? That was a good movie. That was fun. I saw that movie a bunch. I was also 18, so it was aimed at me. 1999, summer of that movie came out. Was American Pie. I was 17. It's a dumb comedy, but it was poignant for the time. And then comedies nowadays, what is it? Eric Andre has got a prank camera movie called Bad Date or something with like Tiffany Haddish, and I'm just like, no, thank you. Maybe the world can finally figure out that Eric Andre and Tiffany Haddish are not funny. But then you've also got stuff like Dirty Grandpa with Robert De Niro. That was stupid. There's been like, I don't think there's really been that really good of a comedy in quite some time. Like it's just everyone's afraid to go there, I think. I really do. I really think a lot of people are afraid to go to those extremes because they don't want to be called out. They don't want to be called out by the woke blue check marks on Twitter that are like, you said a naughty word in your movie, I'm giving it a rotten review. Never mind the fact that like people like to laugh, and people laugh at dumb shit. They laugh at a lot of dumb shit. I know, because I say dumb shit all the time. All right, but I do want them to approve. Let's see. Do I think Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola are right about the MCU not being real cinema? No, I think they're fucking old men. They're great in their craft. They have created timeless movies. But no, that was a boomer comment, man. That was such a boomer comment to make. The thing is, it's a different audience. Like, are they theme park? Are they the circus and whatever? Maybe, fine, but that doesn't negate the art that goes into it, the work that goes into making those movies that successful and that kind of experience. Not everyone can craft the type of cinematic masterpiece that is Goodfellas, right? Not everyone can. Not everyone can do Godfather. It takes a certain eye, a keen eye, but then to deny that other things are not art, that's not your job to make. You can have an opinion. It's like when Roger Ebert came out and said video games aren't art, and that dude got roasted. He got roasted so hard. And then he finally changed his opinion later on. So no. Scorsese is just whatever. How am I doing? I'm good. I'm going to get more into drama just to get you in my DMs yelling at me about it again. All right. Wilson was the last comedy you liked. I haven't seen Wilson, so I haven't seen that one. Should you take a chance and go to school tomorrow? I mean, yeah, man. I don't know how old you are, but you could always. I mean, education's good. Comedy needs more John Cleese, Eric Idle, Gillen, and Palin. Yeah, man. I'd love to see more. Something like Monty Python. They are. Amazon is bringing back Kids in the Hall for 8 episodes, so that's something. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Also, if you want to know something funny to watch, F is for Family on Netflix is probably one of the funniest goddamn shows ever. Would I like to see a darker MCU movie that takes place between Infinity War and Endgame? Yeah, 100%, man. I want to see an MCU movie that's as dark as Joker. I really do. I want to see an MCU movie that's as dark as Joker. 100%. What do I consider the last good? I don't even know. I can't even tell you at this point. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. That's terrible, but I should, but I just don't. Let's see. You agreed with my video on Star Wars after the Rise of Skywalker negativity, which I've done a lot of videos, so you're going to have to be a bit more specific, Anthony. A wee bit more specific. Let's see. Do I think production on Stranger Things Season 4 will be delayed due to the different filming locations? Well, they're filming, they already filmed in Russia, and now they're filming in New Mexico. And it seems like the coronavirus tends to do better in like moist climates. New Mexico's not moist. So maybe, I don't know if it's going to impact it or not, but maybe. Let's see here. Thank you for answering my questions. Goodbye from London. Everyone be safe. Have a good one, dude. Hey, we'll see you later, man. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. Kids in the Hall is no Python. It's debatable. Python is Python, okay? But Kids in the Hall is like Python for a different generation. It's a different decade. Python was great in the 70s. Kids in the Hall was great. It was great Gen X stuff in the early 90s. Look at like The Whitest Kids You Know is like that, but for the early 2000s. And by the way, The Whitest Kids You Know are some of the funniest fucking people. That show is so goddamn funny. Yes, bring back Blackadder. Yeah, I grew up watching Blackadder on Friday nights on PBS. Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know, I've never been able to get into that show. Not to say that I haven't wanted to. I just have never sat down to watch it. Clerks makes you laugh to this day. Yeah, it's a great film. Oh, sorry, The Phantom Menace. Okay, yeah. Well, The Phantom Menace, they just need to be angry about something or another. So, no, it's not moist. Yeah, no, not at all. New Mexico, you should be fine, AJ. You might get a lot of people moving there all of a sudden, like Arizona, New Mexico, and like, you know, West Texas are going to end up getting like all of a sudden like this boom of people. Like, it's dry here. The virus can't get to me. No, but the elderly people can. And it's winter, and winter is coming. I crush your head. I crush your head. Let's see here. Bo Burnham's part of the new renaissance of comedy filmmaking. Really? Like, I haven't seen 8th Grade, but I've heard it was really good. I don't know. I've really been tempted to just kind of give up doing the general news coverage and then just go into doing reviews, right? Like just to go to do reviews. Cause that way, at least I'm watching things instead of just like waiting for certain news stories to drop. I don't know. I mean, like, would you guys be okay if I just, you know, only talked about the news on live streams like this with you guys and then just more of my videos were just reviews or like breakdowns of shit? To me, that seems like more fun. You know, like how many were any of you guys here for the Mandalorian season finale review that I did? Where like me and Lewis from Nerd Report spent like an hour and a half going through the episode and I brought up screen grabs and we talked about it. Like that was so much fun. I had so much fun with that. I really, really love doing it. Let's see. Do I think that the coronavirus is going to boost streaming services over the movies? Yeah. I think HBO Max is going to have good numbers. Yeah. Disney Plus is so cheap. People are just going to keep it for their kids. So that's going to be the same, but streaming numbers are going to go up 100%. Yeah. Have I seen Avenue 8? I have not, but I have seen Avenue Q, which is an amazing play. If you haven't seen it, no cases in Alaska yet, but there's also like no people in Alaska. Dumb and Dumber is the only movie that had me laughing at every scene. You miss that kind of stuff. Dumb but smart. Yeah. I kind of wish the Farrelly brothers would come back. People like to give, movie 43 a lot of shit. The movie's actually pretty goddamn funny. It's pretty goddamn fucking funny. I'd have a blast watching that movie. Let's see. Both you and the Phantom Menace have some good points. Yet the differing ideas and both of you are synergistic and tend not to gel together. No, because I like facts and they don't. So there's that. Let's see here. Do you think Disney needs to do more with the Muppets? Yeah, I actually really liked the Muppet, the show they did on ABC. That was like, you know, like a mockumentary of them doing a late night show with a bit more of adult humor. I enjoyed it. But people got mad because they're like, the Muppets can't be sexual. I'm like, no one's gonna, like, you know, Kermit's not gonna like grab a dental dam and like go to town on Miss Piggy's anus. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna happen. But they're gonna play a little bit. They're gonna play some tropes. They're gonna do some things that's gonna be different. It's gonna be a lot more fun. It was funny. It's really funny. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you liked the Mando season finale, man. I had so much fun with that. Like, I keep wanting to do that. But it's like finding people that watch the kind of stuff and then like having the screenshots ready, you know, like within like a day. It's really difficult sometimes. It's been very difficult for me recently. Having 2 kids is tough. Let's see. Recommendation for movies that are so what the fuck it's awesome. Crank 1 and Crank 2. Hell yeah. The best joke in Crank 2 is a callback to the ending of Crank 1. The phone, the answering machine. I won't say what it is if you haven't seen it, but that was on the way to go see Crank 2. My friend referenced the phone call and he's all like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever how that would even remotely happen. Right. And then they actually referenced that in number 2. And my friend, he just looked at me and went like, I fucking knew it. Like, yeah. Nevadine Taylor. Dude, I love Nevadine Taylor. Crank 2 Gamer was really good. They did, what was it? They did, Ghost Rider 2, you know, and then they kind of dropped off the map, unfortunately. But I would love to get those guys together for Crank 3, man. Just let Jason Statham go full ham, you know, like just full, who gives a shit? Just like go full crazy. I fucking love those movies, man. They're so fun. I wish they're great. Let's see. Put Mulan on Disney Plus. No, they want their $1 billion, so they're going to hold off. What do I find funny about movie 43? The HPV joke that Kieran Culkin said to Emma Stone was really funny. The bit on there with Batman, Robin, and like when Batman's on a date with, like, it was Jason Sudeikis, Justin Long, and Kristen Bell, I think. That was a really funny skit. Gerard Butler as a leprechaun beating the shit out of Johnny Knoxville and Sean William Scott. That was a lot of fun. I just found it to be a funny ass fucking movie. I just really liked it. All right. Hey man, have yourself going. Yeah, I meant to be alpha here 20 minutes ago, but I'll stay for like 10 more minutes. All right. So I'll drop it one more time. We'll try to take one more call. Let's see here. Let's see. The end of the year, the end of the world this year. Better start checking things off my bucket list. Yeah. I live in Washington though, so I don't really know what I could do. Like piss off the Space Needle? Could I do that? I mean, would that be okay? I know it wouldn't be okay, but like if the world's over, fuck it, what are they going to do? Like, well, everyone's dying, but we're going to cite you for public indecency by peeing off of the Space Needle. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, hold on. Star Wars says, trying to have 2 kids and a baby, and I had plans to release a podcast nearly every day. Yeah, yeah, it can happen if you maximize, like, if you know what to do, if you have your workflow figured out. My workflow is fucking like super easy. I was talking with a guy last night, one of my patrons, and he was asking me some advice, and he's like, how do you talk at great length without needing a script? And I'm like, oh, I've taken acting classes. It just helps out. Let's see. I know you're not big with Frozen, but thoughts on Frozen 3? I'm fine without it existing. I haven't seen Frozen 2 yet. I have it. I was given a digital code. I just haven't activated it yet. Let's see. What movies that everyone seems to love that you don't care for? Oh, that's a Juno. I really hated it. Did not care for it. Twilight, but that's also kind of, it's depending on the crowd you're talking to. Most people didn't like Twilight, so that's not really something I can say that on. I didn't think The Dark Knight Rises was that good. I just didn't. The Dark Knight was like one of the most epic movies ever fucking made, but this one not so much. I think Interstellar like had a great setup, but like that fucking Stanley Kubrick ending, it was just not good. Nolan needs to stop trying to be Kubrick, and I think he'll be better. You just showed Robin Hood 2018 to a bunch of your mates, and they loved it. I haven't even watched that one yet, but I like Taron Egerton. I love the Kingsman movies, so I need to sit down and watch that. I have not seen George Schmidt's take on movie 43 yet. All right, you saw Onward 2 weeks ago, and you loved it. And it's as a Pixar fan yourself, yeah. You recommend it highly, I'm assuming. I want to see it too. I really do. Again, it's just been, everything going on. Let's see. Pixar is just on a whole other level. Even their mediocre movies are at least good. That is true. And I have been watching the Toy Story movies a lot. And when I first saw Toy Story 4, I really loved it. I still love Toy Story 4. But when I first saw it, I was like, man, like this is like just as good as Toy Story 1. And then the more I've been watching Toy Story 2, because my daughter loves Jessie. She loves Jessie. And I think that's the movie we get the most Jessie. So I play that one for her a lot. And that movie's actually like really, really, really good. There's a lot of really good in-jokes in that movie. It was great. The Shape of Water sucked. Really? You didn't like The Shape of Water? I love The Shape of Water. So, I mean, yeah, I also know Doug Jones. So there's that. There's nothing wrong with Nolan's style, but in Interstellar, the up until the part where like where Matt Damon is no longer around, it's excellent. It's excellent science fiction. And then from there, it goes into some weird 2001 wannabe-esque like multi-dimensional shit. And it just was like kind of dumb. It just went so dumb. Like I don't know if it's been 6 years almost. I don't know if I want to say it, what it was, but it's like, it was such a dumb ending. I haven't seen The Invisible Man yet. What movie do I love that no one cared for? Oh God, I can just throw a dart. Let's see. Oh, what's the biggest one probably that I really liked? Terminator Dark Fate. I caught so much shit for enjoying Terminator Dark Fate. I angered so many fucking people when I said I liked Terminator Dark Fate. And what's so funny too is there's a lot of people I talked to that avoided the movie when it came out, and then they saw it on home video and they were like, oh, that was actually pretty good. I'm all like, yeah, I fucking told you. I fucking told you it was good. Son of a bitch. Yeah, Pixar sneaks adult jokes in. They do it very, very subtly. That's very good. What are some good action flicks that are 90 minutes or I don't know. I don't know. That's such a weird thing. I don't even know, man. Okay, so Shape of Water, the hype monster movie. Think The Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is kind of the whole point. Del Toro went to Universal in order to, he pitched them Creature from the Black Lagoon because they wanted to, remember, do the dark universe, right? And he pitched them that movie and they said, no, we don't want a monster movie. That's a love story. So he's like, fine, I'll go do it myself. Wins Best Picture. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I think Universal's doing this whole thing now where they want to go like lower budget, more character driven. That's what I think. Your kid figured out how to control the Xbox and select his own movies to its Ferdinand the Star and Frozen. Oh my God, you poor bastard. I feel so sad for you. My daughter grabbed the remote this morning, and to her, Peppa is every cartoon, right? So she's like, oh, Peppa, it's just every cartoon. So she like grabs the remote, she navigates to the YouTube app. She's 2 years old. And then she makes it work, and then she brings up like a little baby bum, which is just like, you know, ABC songs, things like that. And she hands me the remote, and then she sits down and watches. I'm like, all right, man, you got it. It's fun. I don't care about, I hated the cerebral ending of Interstellar. I did. I really did. I thought it was so stupid. It's fucking stupid how people get angry that you enjoyed something. Yeah. I mean, look, I will fully admit, like if I talk to someone and we bring up like Ghostbusters 2016 and they utter the phrase, I liked it. Part of me goes, how, why, huh? What? And like, I want to fight them on it. And then I'm like, I probably will ask him prodding questions. But I get it. Yeah. I shouldn't do that. Let's see here. You think that, you think that The Good Dinosaur is one of Pixar's best movies? Roast me. Okay. I watched it the first time when it came out. I didn't like it. I watched it again recently. I liked it a lot more. It's still not my favorite. It's still better than Ratatouille. Ratatouille is Pixar's worst movie. That's one that I don't like that other people love. I fucking didn't care for Ratatouille at all. And I've tried since 2007 to like that movie. I was watching it again recently on Disney Plus. I'm like, I'm going to give this a go. Maybe I'm older now. Maybe I'll understand this a bit better. I still fucking hate it. Still hate it. Let's see. Would I like to see Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things as Miles Morales? I think he'd be decent, but I mean, Miles Morales is multiracial, you know, and he's so I think you're gonna have to find a kid like that. But I do like him actually quite a bit. He's got a lot of personality, and I like him. Now, let's see. You weren't a big fan of Deadpool. They spent the first third of that movie on the goddamn bridge. Weak villain, lame score, entirely overrated. Oh wow, man. See, to me, Deadpool is like a 10 out of 10 movie. It's got so much heart and so much love in that movie. I love it. That's actually what I liked about Terminator Dark Fate was like Tim Miller was going to bring that emotion. And there was a lot of that emotion in Deadpool. The first time I saw Deadpool, I didn't really like it. I won't lie. Cause like I'd seen all the marketing for it and everything else. But then I watched it a couple nights later. I saw it the first day it came out with my friend. And I was like, oh, that's all right. Right. And then a couple nights later, I was looking around some certain websites that you probably shouldn't be looking at. And someone had put up a rip of the movie. And I'm like, oh, let me just see how the quality is. And I ended up watching the whole thing. And I laughed my ass off all the way through. And then I took my girlfriend to go see it the next weekend. I'm like, I'll take her to go see it. So we go to go see it. And I'm like, you know, looking at her, like trying to get her reaction on certain things, right? I'm like, oh, did you like it? Did you like it? Did you like it? She's like stone cold throughout the whole fucking movie, right? She's stone cold. No laughing, no emotion, no nothing. I think she hates it. It gets to the part with Francis at the helicarrier at the end. And as soon as they cut to that wide shot with all the bodies spelling it out, she just loses her shit and just starts laughing her ass off. And then after the movie, she's like, I loved it. I'm all like, you were silent until the end. But no, I love Deadpool. Let's see here. $2 super chat from Fry Guy. Thank you very much, man. How little money will Bloodshot make this week, dude? I don't know, man. I think it cracking 15 mil is gonna be a high one. Same with the Hunt. Let's see here. Deadpool 2 is corporate garbage. Yeah, I kind of agree. I did not dislike Deadpool 2. I want to make that abundantly clear, but I did not like it anywhere near as much as I loved the original. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you could tell that Tim Miller was not involved. David Leitch is a good director, but for trying to tell that kind of story, that kind of humor, I didn't work out as well as it should have, in my opinion. He doesn't like Chad Stileski and him directed John Wick, right? And he did a lot of the stunt coordination. He did a lot of the action. The action in John Wick is stellar. The action in John Wick 2 is stellar. But there's Chad Stileski taking over the narrative side of it, really was able to focus on the John Wick character more in number 2. And I feel number 2 had better characterizations across the board. Like, for one, I loved Common in the movie. I love Common in general. He's a great actor, great entertainer. And I really loved him in that movie. And then also Ruby Rose was really good, and she didn't talk at all. If only Batwoman was the same way. She kicked a lot of ass, and she was great in that role. And so it was one of those things where I think he brought a lot more to it. That, David Leitch went off to go do Atomic Blonde, which was like such a dreary, drab movie. It just didn't have any heart in it. That, it was a Cold War thriller, which was fun. It was good, but it was like such a weird movie. It just when it was over, I was like, oh, okay, I don't feel like I need to see this again. Where I'm like John Wick 2, like repeat. I love John Wick 2. Anyway, let's see. Why does everyone hates M. Night's Unbreakable trilogy? I didn't think people would hate that movie at all. Let's see here. Avatar pushed to 2022. Okay, I just noticed the sarcasm. Let's see here. You hated Deadpool 2 for the same reasons you loved Deadpool 1. The sequel played it too safe and too PC. Then they did that extended cut, and I didn't think the extended cut was any good. Thoughts on Deadpool 3? It will happen, and I'll be watching it. I think that's all I can say. I'm excited for it whenever they do it. Let's see here. Wu-Tang Eminem should have been Oliver Deadpool. Tragic they weren't. Yeah, I agree. The best thing about Deadpool is Monica Barakin's boobies. Yeah, you get to see more of those, though, in, like, Homeland Season 1. You know what I mean? It's just... There are a lot more of them in Homeland Season 1. So that's where you're going to see them. You get a clearer view, right? I mean, if you want to see Supergirl, same thing. Homeland Season 4, I think she pops up. So, there's that. There's boobies galore in Homeland. Just showtime. Come for the boobies. Stay for the L word, I guess. Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap this up because my voice is starting to go out, and it's been an hour and a half. This has been a lot of fun. I know we have a crazy, mixed up, weird world that we live in right now. And I know everyone out there is going to be trying to do the best that they can. And if you guys enjoy this kind of content, please give me likes. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you want to see more of these, just like hangouts and chats, which I want to do more of. And if you do want to support the channel, literally probably the best way right now is patreon.com/MattJarbo. This is going to be a best way to keep things going. $1 per month helps out. $5 a month, we're going to do a special end of the month private hangout. More things are coming down the pipeline. I got like some more shows planned, things I want to do, always building. And that's where it's at right now. So I really appreciate it. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you again. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wash your balls. And your balls aren't going to get corona. But hygiene is good. I'll see you later. Have a good one.